Hi, just wanted to come on here and do a quick video about shifting into neutral. It's a concept that I learned from Brooke Castillo, and my coach uses this. It's really just been a really helpful concept that I thought would be really helpful for you. And so I just wanted to share my experience with it. It was sparked from, last night, and obviously there's so many things going on right now worldwide. Some are exciting, some are just, there's so many different emotions going on with everything. And what I want to say about that is so I'll just talk about it. So anyway, so the debates were last night, and so I saw it, and it's funny how I actually thought, like, oh, that didn't actually go the way I thought it was going to go, or the way that I wanted it to go, right? And I was watching with my children, and we both have our own different views, and it's just so interesting to watch how what could end up getting stirred up. And so what I recognized is that I needed to shift into neutral, which I did. And what does that mean? That means that it doesn't matter. Things matter. But in the larger picture of my serenity, it's really about it not making it mean anything, okay? Because there's so much going on in the world, and there's so much media coverage of everything, and there's so much that is meant to make you feel like your life is in danger. It is meant to inspire fear. It's meant to inspire aggravation and all different really lower vibration emotions that are just going to put you in a place of panic and fight or flight, making it mean something about you and your life and what's going on. So that way you defer your power to the media or to outside sources, even if it has to do with politics, even if it has to do with your country, even if it has to do with things. It's all outside sources. So when you could shift into neutral, it doesn't mean these things aren't happening or that you don't have opinions about them or anything, but what it does is it takes you out of the fight or flight. It neutralizes it. In other words, you take out the judgment, you take out the story of what your brain is trying to make it mean about what's going to be with your life. It's not necessarily true. If your brain is in fear, that means it's going to be triggered from a place of fear. That means your mind is going to be working and going in the direction of that, therefore also creating that in your life. Because when you're thinking about those things and you're creating stories that are fear-based, then you're going to show up in your life in a fear-based way, and you're going to be making decisions from a fear-based place. And I don't know about you, but I know that, well, I do kind of, because I work with a lot of people, so I do know that the human condition does not really work that well in fear, but I definitely know for me, if I'm showing up from a place of fear, I'm not being productive. I'm not allowing my energy to affect, my positive energy to affect the world and my family, and opening up to possibilities of what really is the truth. And how do we really anyway connect into the truth and what is real? So there's so much noise around us. There's so much noise, and it's all programming. It's all fear-based stuff. So what you want to do is just see, what if this was neutral? What if it didn't actually mean what I'm making it mean? What if it just is what it is? Now, what do I need to do in my life? What if I didn't make it mean something about what's going to happen in my life? What if you did not have to make it mean something? Whatever is going on in the world, you didn't have to make it mean something. If you're just the observer. And then you could also become the observer of your brain and how it's making it mean something. Because once you are in fight or flight, you really don't have so much choice. You're kind of just motivated from a place of fear. And then what happens is you end up creating more fear, right? Because then everybody you come in contact with, you're just in a fear-based place, so you spread all that, right? So moving into neutral, meaning moving away from the stories that you're telling yourself, moving away from the fight or flight, moving it into a more neutral territory where you don't have the judgments, okay? That is the place where your soul can start expanding, where you can be open to possibilities of seeing things that you probably would not be able to see before because you were blocked by the veil of fear. But there are so many possibilities. What if everything is working exactly the way it's supposed to be working? What if God, the universe, what if God is just bigger than everything. And this is one more point that I want to make. I know I was talking about shifting into neutral, because I feel like that's where the places of creativity, that's where the place that you could grow, that's the place where you could learn, that's the place where you can feel the fear and the emotions and then still move into your greatest your good feelings, your like the greatest part of your own soul, where you could still move on and you can still do these things that you want to do, that you can still be the creator in your life. You can still not only you can still, but it's almost like the trigger itself could become that reminder of, oh, that's awesome, now I actually get to still be in my own power, even though this thing is also going on, because you get to be the creator in your own life. And not to minimize that power, because I really truly believe, and I've totally experienced this, and also like my clients have really experienced this, like when you actually are getting in touch with yourself and moving into your own sense of power, you get to create a life that you want to create. How awesome is it when you start like stepping into yourself and you start stepping into what you would like to create? You don't like what's going on? Awesome. Going into that fear and making stories about it, that's going to just create more of that. But you're, it says it in Hebrew, it's your nefesh elokah mima'al mamish. We're a part of God. Your soul is a part of God, but really. And the amount of spiritual power that you have is, it's there's not even a word to put on it, because it's infinite and it's very, very powerful, what we could create in our own minds. So there's so many exercises actually to do about this. There's this awesome manifestation exercise where you can actually go into the future and start talking about it as if it already happens. Like, I remember how all of this worked out really perfectly. The elections, everything worked out exactly the way it was meant to be. Now we're in the best place that we could possibly be. Yeah, there were some hiccups along the road. There was a lot of stuff, but I remember how I stayed really, really connected to myself, and we actually started to create the world in the peaceful way that it is. Maybe all of this agitation, okay, I'm stepping into real time now, but maybe all of this agitation is so that way we as a human consciousness collective can continually put out the ideas that we really want peace. Like, maybe that's why this is happening. Maybe that's what the agitation is about. So you could know what you don't want, so that way you could start stepping into what you do want, which in general, people really just want to be at peace. They want to be using their creativity. They want to be having fun. You want to be enjoying your life. Like, that's what you really want. You want to be connecting to other people. You want to experience love. You want to experience, the most fun stuff in life. And what if that's actually what we're moving into? That is what you get to move into. When you move into neutral, get out of your old stories that are not serving you, and start creating the life that you really want to have. Start thinking about where is it? What is it also that's triggering you? And to be able to step into neutral, to get that unblocked, to feel the feelings that you don't want to feel, and know that they're just going to pass through, and you're going to be able to get to the other side of that. So there's so much good stuff. There's so much stuff happening. This is such an exciting time to be alive. I'm going to go out now. I actually have a session really soon. So if you would like to discuss this or anything else, if I'm resonating with you, I am offering a free 30-minute consult with me if you'd like to talk for about a half hour. And if it's a good fit, I offer and I'm available for one-on-one coaching and energy healing sessions that are actually truly amazing and really shifting. So if this is resonating with you, I would love to speak with you. And just know that your life is not your fight or flight. Your life is not your brain that is just programmed into fear. Your life is not what the media and all the stuff tells you that it is. Your life is much bigger than that, and your life is what you get to step into. Your life is what you get to own. Your life is what you get to create. Your life is your power, is your beauty, is your dignity, is your growth, is your bravery and your courage and your success and abundance. Like, that's your birthright, and you get to create that. When you could get out of your brain and we could actually move out the stuff that's not serving you, that's what you get to step into. So anyway, I'd be honored to speak with anybody. If you would like to contact me, I'd be honored to speak with you. Please like and share if it's resonating. and leave your comments. Love to know what your thoughts are on what I shared. Love you and have a really great day.